What's happening, people? Welcome to another video with Allsortzz, and we've got another real versus fake. Of course, we're going to start off with my Apple Watch Ultra, and it's up against the second generation HK8 Pro Max. I've done unboxing and reviews of both of these items. If you haven't checked it, make sure you check out my previous videos. I will leave the link in the description box below. Just before I get started, make sure you follow me on one of the social medias above, as I always put up sneak peeks on what to expect and all sorts. And as always, make sure you subscribe and also hit the bell notification so when I upload any video, you'll actually be notified. So in today's video, we are going to check out the box of both of these. We're going to check out what we get inside the boxes, check out the design on both of the smartwatches, and then take a look at the operating system on both of these. Now, as you would know if you've seen the previous unboxing review of the HK8 Pro Max, this is the second generation. I've done a real versus fake on the first one, so if you haven't seen that, I will also leave a link in the description box below. But this second gen has ChatGPT. Now, I will show you a little bit about that in this video, but if you want to see a full review of what it's like, you're gonna have to see that in the review video, which the link is in the description box below. So let's get started. Now you have seen the design case of both of these watches. Let's talk about the differences. So as you can see here, I don't know if you can check it on camera, but the body of the Apple Watch Ultra is slightly thicker than the body of the HK8 Pro Max Gen 2. And looking at the bump on the right hand side, it's a little bit bigger and thicker than the HK8 Pro Max Gen 2. And also, if you see the spot bone on the left hand side of both of these, the Gen 2 HK8 Pro Max sticks out more than the Apple Watch Ultra. The Apple Watch Ultra is nice and flush to the body, but with the HK8 Pro Max Gen 2, it's slightly raised from the body. So taking a look at the side, and as you can see straight away, you can tell that when it comes to the antenna lines around the screen, the Apple Watch Ultra has it, and the HK8 Pro Max Gen 2 does not. And it's also a little bit smaller. So if you're looking at it from this side, it's much more raised on the Apple Watch Ultra compared to the HK8 Pro Max. So if you look at the crown and button, the mic cutouts are much more bigger than on the HK8 Pro Max Gen 2 than they are on the Apple Watch Ultra. I'm pretty sure the Gen 2 HK Pro Max is much more slimmer compared to the Apple Watch Ultra. And as you can see, this bump, sensor bump right here, if you look on the HK Pro Max, it's much more smaller on the HK Pro Max Gen 2 compared to the Apple Watch Ultra. So the power button is a little bit smaller on the Apple Watch Ultra, and the crowns are the same size, I presume, but the ring, the orange ring, is lighter, and also on the outer of the crown compared to the HK Pro Max Gen 2, which is a darker orange, and it's placed a little inner on the crown as well, so it's not on the outer crown. And taking a look at the back, you have got sensors on either side and also text on either side. They do have real screws to take off the back panel, and also watch band buttons to take off the watch bands. The sensors do look a little bit different, but like I said, if you ignore the color, we're just taking a look at the design. Coming back to the sport button side, as you can see, the speaker grills are placed in the middle of the Apple Watch Ultra, and they are placed much more lower compared to the HK8 Pro Max. Check out the body wise right there. It's much more chrome orange on the Apple Watch Ultra compared to the matte chrome color on the HK8 Pro Max Gen 2. And as you can see, the cutouts are fake with the mic on the HK8 Pro Max Gen 2 compared to the Apple Watch Ultra. And you can see the much more raised antenna line compared to the HK8 Pro Max Gen 2. It's slightly smaller compared to the raised screen on the Apple Watch Ultra. Let's see how much they weigh. So this is the Apple Watch Ultra, and it does weigh 61 grams. Taking a look at the HK8 Pro Max Gen 2, this weighs 50 grams. Now what we will do is power these on. So pushing in the the power button on the Apple Watch Ultra brings up the Apple logo. Pushing in the power button on the HK8 Pro Max Gen 2 doesn't do nothing. You've got to use the crown, which will give you a little animation, as you can see right there, and straight up. So as you know, the Apple Watch Ultra does take a little bit of time booting up, so we'll just put that aside there. And let's just quickly take a look at the HK8 Pro Max Gen 2. As you can see, you've got a big bezel all around. You've got your notifications, and as you can see, it has got a see-through screen as well. So when you put your notifications down, you can see the watch face. So swiping it to the right, you got your split screen, where we take a look at the differences when we check out the Apple Watch Ultra as well. Here we have it. Let's take a look at the screen to body ratio. So let's get it on a bright watch face, and there we go. So the screen to body ratio is pretty much similar, but it's a little bit thicker bezel on the HK8 Pro Max Gen 2. So let's take a look at the shortcuts on both of these to see how close they are when it came to making the Gen 2 HK8 Pro Max. As you can see, swiping it down will bring up your message notifications. Swiping it to the right will bring up your split screen on the Gen 2 HK8 Pro Max, but on the Apple Watch Ultra will change the watch face. Swiping it up will bring up the shortcuts on both of these. And as you can see, the shortcuts are similar. And you can also swipe all the way down to the bottom and edit these, but also at the bottom is settings on the HK8 Pro Max. Swiping it to the left will change the watch face again on the Apple Watch Ultra, but on the HK8 Pro Max it brings up your app shortcuts as well. Let's see what the buttons do. So if you push in the crown on the Apple Watch Ultra, will bring up the app list view. If we do the same on the HK8 Pro Max, will be the same. It brings up the list view. If we push in the power button on the Apple Watch, it will bring up your recent tasks. Same again with the HK8 Pro Max. If you push in the power button, well, it's supposed to be the power button, it brings up the recent tasks. Let's push in the sport button, and it brings up all the sport buttons. I don't think it's not got a lot of sport modes, just about 20. Same again with this Apple Watch Ultra. You have an animation, and you've got loads of sport modes. So let's go through some of the apps. So as you can see, this Apple's Watch has the App Store and Apple Store already on it. Some of the apps are similar, as you can see. I'm just trying to go slowly through them. You've got camera remote as well on both of them. You've got compass mode on both of them as well. Breathe mode. You've got depth on the Apple Watch Ultra, which you haven't got on the HK8 Pro Max. All the Apple Watch Ultra health features do work, but on the HK8 Pro Max they are false readings. So you got your Find My Devices, Find People on the Apple Watch Ultra. You haven't got that on the HK8 Pro Max. Got a notification there as well. You've also got a background picture on the Apple Watch on the HK8 Pro Max Gen 2, but you haven't got that Apple Watch Ultra. You got your blood sugar, same again on both of them. You got them. You got your medications. You can add them as well. But if you look on the HK8 Pro Max, you've got games and also ChatGPT memo. But you haven't got that on the Apple Watch Ultra, so there's no ChatGPT on the Apple Watch Ultra, but you have got much more apps that you can add on the Apple Watch Ultra as well. But it hasn't got no games. It's got the walkie-talkie feature on the Apple Watch Ultra, but it hasn't got that on the Gen 2 HK8 Pro Max. But yeah, it's got much more features on the Apple Watch Ultra and you can add more, but ChatGPT is not one of them on the Apple Watch Ultra, but you can actually get this on the HK8 Pro Max. You got the memo here and you've also got the ChatGPT, which you can ask anything once it's connected to the app. I don't think it needs to be connected to the app first, which I've actually already done. So if you want to see a shorts video of that, also if you want to see a full review of that, you can check out my previous video, because it's going to be a long thing if I just carried on showing you what the ChatGPT is like. But overall, that is a very good feature to have on the Gen 2 HK Pro Max. It would have been good if it had it on the Apple Watch Ultra, but maybe there'll be updates soon where you can add that. But so far, what do you think of both of these watches? Let me know in the comments below. This is probably the better version of the HK8 Pro Max, as this is a Gen 2. But it has got a lot of good features and a lot of similarities compared to the Apple Watch Ultra. So it has got always on display, it's got GPS positioning, games, ChatGPT, you can remote control to control your videos, sleep mode, phone calls, you can make phone calls, receive phone calls, you can uninstall apps as well, and also uninstall watch faces as well. You can download more watch faces when it's connected to the app, so you can do a lot of stuff on this HK Pro Max Gen 2, which are similar to the Apple Watch Ultra. But I'm gonna actually see the chargers. So will the HK8 Pro Max charger charge the Apple Watch Ultra and vice versa? Let's start off with the Apple Watch Ultra charger. So as you can see, it's a USB Type-C and it has a silver charging body with a white top. So let's plug it in and see what we have. So plugging it into my power bank, and as you can see here, you've got the charger charging up my Apple Watch Ultra, as you can see. Now bring in the HK8 Pro Max. Will it charge? And yes, it does. The Apple Watch Ultra charger does charge the HK8 Pro Max Gen 2. Now, would it work the other way around? Here is the HK8 Pro Max charger, Gen 2 version. Let's plug this into my power bank. And here we have the charger. As you can see here, it's charging the HK8 Pro Max Gen 2. But will it charge the Apple Watch Ultra? Nope, it doesn't. It does not charge the Apple Watch Ultra. Try again. Nope, does not charge. Taking it back to the HK Pro Max Gen 2, and as you can see, it does charge. So there we have it. That's the real versus fake with the Apple Watch Ultra versus the HK8 Pro Max Gen 2. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you do check out the other videos in the description box below and check out all my previous videos, because I've done a lot. If you want to see any other videos, let me know in the comments. But overall, what do you think of the watch so far? There are some good features on the HK8 Pro Max, but there are better features on the Apple Watch Ultra. But paying more than £600-700 for the Apple Watch Ultra would be expensive compared to the HK8 Pro Max, which you can get less than £50 but with similar features, and the newest one being the ChatGPT. But each to their own. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. Thanks again for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and I will see you again for another video.